Now when it comes to spotting, what you want to do is you want to have the right tools. You want to have a grooming rake. You want to have a short little small handheld grooming rake that you can use as a tapping brush. You want to have duckbill scissors. This is a different type of bone scraper. It's also got a brush on the other side. And then you have a bone scraper, and you want to have plenty of white towels at all times. Never use any towels that are soiled when you're dealing with spots. And then I highly recommend that you get the right products so that you can get stains out. You can't just use one product. You've got to have a whole laboratory of products. And so I really recommend that you get the PROCHEM spotting kit. It's got a manual in there that tells you how to get out certain stains. It's got every cleaner you could possibly use to get out any stain out there. So when you're dealing with a spot like this, a spot or a stain, and the difference between a spot and a spot will come out. Stain actually needs some different types of chemistries to remove it, and you might have to use different techniques. You may have to super boost some of your cleaners. That's why I recommend that you get the Secret Recipes DVD, how to properly mix and dilute chemicals, because we show you how to super boost your cleaners out there. So in this situation here, there's a few different ways that I could do this. I could apply my cleaner, and let's just say I'm going to go with the power solvent first. I can apply my cleaner, and if I need to loosen up any of the pollutants, I can do a tapping brush on that stain to release those pollutants off that fiber. Now I can extract. If that doesn't work, then what I can do is agitate it using this little handheld groomer, or if it's a larger stain, or even if it's not, you can still use your rake if it's handy to agitate and get that chemistry working. Then what you want to do is you want to give it some dwell time. Make sure you follow all the directions. Now if you were just going to deal with a stain like this and you wanted to use your bone scraper, you can apply your cleaner. And so let's say, for example, I put down some citrus gel on this stain or spot. You can spread it around just like you're making a peanut butter and jelly, or you're buttering your toast so you can cover the fibers. And then give it some agitation with the bone scraper. When I bone scrape, I make sure that I give the stain what it needs, depending on how important it is that stain gets out. Because if you blossom any tips when you're bone scraping, you can take those blossoms off with your scissors and make it really clean. Sometimes just camouflaging the stain by 90 to 95% is going to be acceptable to the customer, and I always ask them, if I improve this spot or this stain by 90% or 95%, is that going to make you happy? And they're like, yeah. I go, what if I can't get it out at all? Are you still going to be okay with that? And they say, yeah, we're not expecting it to come out anyway, so just do your best you can, the best you can. The other thing I like about my duckbills is I can use this as a bone scraper. I can also use it as a bone scraper to spread the cleaner down on the fibers. So these are great tips on how to do spotting. You always want to pre-spot before you start any job. And if you really want to know how to use the cleaners out there, and you really want to know secret recipes, and you really want to know how to handle situations, you're going to want to get my All 100% Real Jobs Specialty Stains DVD. What's fantastic about this is that there's no staged situations. These are all real situations, from ink to coffee to wine to vomit. And you're going to really learn a lot. I even show you how to get out plant stains as well. It's a lot more difficult than you think, and so it's great to have someone who's done it before so that you can go out there and have the success that you want to achieve for yourself and your customers. After your dwell time, then you're ready to extract. So you come back and you extract that spot. And don't be afraid to hit it. Sometimes you really got to work it out of the fibers. Then take a good look at it. If you're still noticing that it's got a little bit of dinge to it, then reapply your cleaner one more time. Agitate it. And then rinse it out thoroughly. You don't want to leave any of these cleaners behind. because then they can attract soil. So you want to make sure you thoroughly rinse them out. So I'm doing an extraction stroke the entire time to thoroughly rinse this out. You want to be really careful because you can actually blossom the tips to the point of being damaged. You don't want to do that. And if there's any tips that are a little blossom, just trim off just the tips. And you're golden. Now we're going to pre-spray, and you want to connect your solution hose to your injection sprayer. I like to put this little shutoff valve on my solution hose so I can control the pressure. So when I fire up the machine, I want to make sure I take the least amount of steps as possible. I'll have the little lever so that it shut off all the pressure. So that way I can come in here and connect it to my injection sprayer, then turn it on and start pre-spraying. If you have it open and the pressure is already in the hose, you're not going to be able to connect it very easily. It will really be difficult. So there's a good tip for you. So we're going to go ahead and pre-spray now. Now you want to connect the solution hose, the other end of this, to your machine. I'm not going to show you how to run the machine and spend a lot of time on the machine because there's so many different machines out there. There's truck mounts, there's portable, there's dry cleaning. I'm going to just teach you the ABCs of carpet cleaning. It's up to you to learn your machine and know it in and out. So let's go ahead and pre-spray this carpet. Now, when you're pre-spraying the carpet, you want to use common sense. You might actually end up at a customer's house where their carpet looks absolutely perfect and it doesn't even look like it needs to be cleaned. Well, according to the experts, carpets need to be cleaned every 6 to 12 months. So if it's been a year or 2 years and they haven't cleaned it and it looks really clean, it's not. It needs to be cleaned. But you got to determine when to use your pre-spray. Now the pre-spray that I like to use is Ultra Pack. Axiom also has a pre-spray, which is our green line. And then there's other pre-sprays as well for olefin carpet. You just got to determine which is the best pre-spray for you, and I recommend PROCHEM products. So let's go ahead and pre-spray this family room. You want to get an even coverage, and make sure you don't get this on any furniture or the walls. If they have a stain that's really tough to get out or looks really bad, give it a little bit more pre-spray, just like that. If they have black lines along the edges, they may need an air filtration soiling treatment, but sometimes you can just take a pre-spray and hit the edges. Another really good tip is right here, where the linoleum or the tile meets the carpet, it usually gets very abused right here from all of the traffic. So when you're pre-spraying like this, and you get up to here, you can actually give it a little thicker. Then once you've pre-sprayed it, you can actually take a towel, wipe up the excess water, leave this pre-spray so that it can work on all the pollutants. Then your next step, once you've pre-sprayed, is you want to pre-agitate. This makes your chemistry come alive. Don't miss this step. And especially in the high traffic areas, you want to make sure that you really hit it. This will make the carpet turn out wonderful. And you want to work smart, not hard. It also makes your job easier when you come in and start extracting. So you agitate the entire room, and you do the same process that I'm showing you in each room. After you pre-spot, pre-spray, and pre-agitate, you're going to need this solution line to hot water extract. So what I recommend is you shut off the valve right here, pull the trigger on your injection sprayer, take the pressure off, then you can easily release it, and then you'll be able to connect your carpet wand very easily. But I'm going to show you something that is a great technique that you can use every day. It's called the Checkmate roll. This is what I call the Checkmate roll. Now you can take your hoses and just run in the house, but you're going to rip some stuff up. You want to make sure that you work smart, not hard, and have a lot of control. Now this technique, you can use this if you're going into a 10-story building, upstairs in a second-level house, or right around the corner into a family room. It gives you a lot of control. So what you do is you take it like this, spin it off your wheel, now I can go really fast, but I'm taking my time so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, now when you get to this point right here, I could either disconnect it and just walk it upstairs and let it out slowly to the furthest part of the room, or what I can do is pull it like this and go in the house. Now do you see how I could take this right up the stairs, drop it at the furthest point in the room? But for this video, I thought the best place for me to teach you the ABCs of carpet cleaning is in the family room. So I'll start dropping right here. I have a lot of control, and this way I can keep it away from furniture and walls. And it's really simple. It's just going to take you a little while to get the hang of it. There you go. We're in the family room. So now I'm going to go get my carpet wand. Now we're ready to fire up the machine. So let's start her up. Okay, now it's really noisy out there, but I'm going to show you how to rinse off your wand after each cleaning so that it's not as clogged and it looks really professional to the customer, that you actually care about keeping it clean. So when we go out there, it's going to be super noisy when I'm doing it, but I just wanted to tell you what I was going to do. Sometimes when you're cleaning, you go to put your female quick disconnect on the male connect, and you have a really tough time getting it on there. Well, here's a trick you can do. You can take some of your super lube and you can put it inside the female and on the outside, and you can also put it on the male part of your wand. Then it'll connect a lot easier. If you keep it maintenance like that, it's going to last a lot longer. Now let's say that you're having a really hard time getting it on. I'm going to show you how to replace this and put a new quick disconnect on. It's really simple to replace these quick disconnects, so don't miss out on the opportunity to either do it before your job when you're getting ready to start your day, or you can even do it at the job if it gives you trouble. It only takes a second. What you do is you take 2 crescent wrenches and you take this one, put it on this piece, and this one on the female quick disconnect, loosen it up, and you throw this in the garbage. Don't put it in your van, because sometimes they're still pretty shiny and you can mistake these for a new one. So get rid of that. Then take some plumber's tape, which looks like this, that you can get at your local hardware store. And I would recommend that you get a piece about 10 inches long, and you want to wrap those threads because you don't want it to leak. Don't put too much, put just enough. Maybe wrap it around 2.5 times. This stuff rips really easy. Take your brand new quick disconnect, put it on the threads, and then when you reattach it, you don't want to make it too tight because it's brass. So you want to attach it just snug. Don't crank it because you'll break it. So just snug. So that's the female part on your solution hose. Now I'm going to show you how to do it on your wand. So take your wand, same thing. You want to take the crescent wrench on this part of the wand because there's a stem in the middle. And remove the male part. Then take some plumber's tape, wrap it around, maybe 2.5 times, rip it off. Take your mill, quick connect, put it on, take your Allen wrenches, and then tighten it down snug. Same thing. There you go. Now there you have a replaced quick disconnect, male and female. And then you could take your lube and you can lube up the pieces on a regular basis, once a week, every other day. It'll last longer. Then it makes your life a heck of a lot easier when you snap them together day in and day out. So that's how you replace a quick disconnect. So your vacuum hose is very dangerous. So you want to make sure that you keep children and small pets away from this because it could really hurt them. So I would recommend that if you're going to have the vacuum hose off anywhere, that you either have your wand attached to it, your stair tool attached to it, or you have your machine off or it disconnected from your machine. Now I'm going to show you a bunch of different strokes that you can use when you're cleaning. I'm going to clean this entire family room and show you exactly how I would do it. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you a stroke. Let's say that it was really dirty along the edges. You can take your trigger and spray along the edges and then get up really close and hold your trigger down and clean along the edges. Then you go back with a strong extraction dry stroke. In my other videos, you're going to see that I used to use these wheels. I love the wheels because it was working smart, not hard. But we've actually changed from the wheels to a glider. There's all different kinds of glides out there in different manufacturers, so I would recommend you choose the best one for you. It really makes your job a lot easier. It probably cuts the physical labor down in half, and it does a fantastic job. So, let me show you how we would start this job. I'm going to go to the furthest corner. I'm going to hold my extraction stroke down, and I'm going to overlap. And when I overlap, I'm overlapping half of my stroke. You're actually going to get 3 passes over the carpet using this stroke. This is a professional stroke, so pay attention. I pull it right here and overlap it by 1/2, holding the solution down the entire time. Now, the speed of your wand depends on the level of soiling on the carpet, whether it's light, medium, or heavy. Let's just say this was a heavily soiled carpet. You're going to want to slow your stroke down. You want to make sure that you're removing the soil properly and giving this carpet exactly what it needs. So look at how much slower this stroke would be. I'm moving at a snail pace, but I'm thoroughly rinsing out those fibers. We want to flush out those pollutants. If you go too fast on a really soiled carpet, then what's going to happen is it's going to look clean, but in a few days it's going to resurface and the customer's going to be really unhappy and not think you did a very good job. You want your customers to feel that the quality of your work is top notch and you know what you're doing. But this carpet is fairly clean, lightly soiled, so I'm going to be able to move at a pretty good pace. Now you see my strokes, I'm keeping that solution held the entire time. And when you get to a fireplace area, what I recommend you do is drop over the edge onto the tile. So you can clean those edges really good. When you have wood that's like this speaker, you want to stay an inch away like I did and go back immediately with dry strokes. Then you may want to put foam blocks underneath that speaker so you don't get any secondary damage. Now you go back with strong dry strokes and you drop over the edge, extracting any of the moisture and water that you got onto the tile or the marble. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to suck up all the pollutants and the moisture that's on the carpet. And you want to overlap just like you did when you did the extraction. And when you get to the edge right here, you want to go past it so you don't leave any clean strokes there. Because you actually get a buildup of extraction solution right here. You want to go past it onto the dry area so you're extracting all that moisture. That's a perfect stroke, and you can clean all your carpets just using that stroke. Now I'm going to show you, for example, they don't have any stains, but let's say that there was a pretty good stain right in the middle there. What you can do is you can take your wand and you can spray that stain with your solution, take the corner of your wand and agitate that stain. And then I would leave that solution, keep cleaning, and come back and extract that in a little bit. So we're going to leave that. Now I'm going to show you a long stroke. This stroke's really effective and it can cut your time in half, but you make sure that when you're doing this stroke that you take your time and overlap properly. So here's my long stroke. Stay an inch away from the entertainment system. It's a much longer stroke. I'm just walking it up and I'm overlapping by about 10 inches. But I'm still overlapping my wand stroke by 50%. So if you pay attention, you'll see that my extraction stroke is actually covering the carpet 3 times. Now, if you get to a really dirty spot, just blast it. This is called a chop stroke. Leave the solution and just keep going across your carpet. If you think of extracting and cleaning carpets just like vacuuming, only difference is you're using moisture. Now you want to come back with strong dry strokes, extraction strokes. Same as the last one. These are very important. You want to make sure you have firm contact, otherwise you're going to leave the carpet too wet. And don't forget to go past your edge stroke because there's a buildup of solution that gets left behind. You don't want to leave these really clean strokes because that cleaner will just keep on cleaning. Piece of cake. I know you're going to do fantastic out there when you're cleaning carpets. Now when you get to the carpet edges where the tile meets or the linoleum, You want to go past the carpet with your extraction, like this. That way you're really blasting those edges. And you want to take your time here because this is a high traffic area. Sometimes you got to hit it a little harder. You want to make sure those edges turn out incredible and it doesn't have a dark soiled polluted line there. Then you can come back with strong dry strokes and suck up the water that's on the linoleum. And then once you do that, you can take a towel and wipe that up. We don't want to have any secondary damage, so make sure you have lots of towels. Then you want to take a professional air mover, put it in place, and then turn it on medium or high to help with the drying process while you're cleaning other rooms. Okay, I did this entire room. It's that simple. Just pretend you're vacuuming this room with moisture. And remember, dry strokes are very important to remove that moisture and the pollutants. Now the position of your handles are important too. You want to adjust them so that you're comfortable when you're working out there. You want to have your handle up here so that when you're extracting like this, you see that I'm straight up and down and I'm not hurting my back in any way. You want to have another handle like this, so if you have to pull it around a corner, around a door, around a bed, around a nightstand, around a tight area, it's really easy to do that. If you're cleaning carpets like this all day long, look at my back, how round it is, versus up here like this. So that's really important for you to be able to think about long-term damage to your body. I'm not hurting my body in any way. You might want to consider some gloves, otherwise you're going to have some calloused hands. If you want calloused hands, don't wear gloves, but I like to wear gloves because I don't want my hands all beat up and calloused. That's all there is to it, to cleaning carpets. There's a lot involved, just make sure you pay attention to all the steps. Now we're going to go and we're going to clean the stairs, and then you're going to see me cleaning some of the other rooms upstairs, but I'm not going to show you everything because I got to get this job done. But I'm pretty sure I've given you enough of the basics, the ABCs of carpet cleaning. You just got to take it from there and go out there and rock and do a great job for the customer. Now you want to pre-spray your stairs. This is very important because this is going to help with the maximum soil removal. So take your time and pre-spray the entire stair just like I did all the way up. Now when you have really damaged areas on the front of the stairs or very soiled, you want to hit it just like so. Or if you have soil back here in the edge, hit it with your pre-spray. It'll extract out a lot better. Once you've pre-sprayed your stairs, don't forget to agitate them as well. It's going to really release those soils that are in the fibers, and you're going to be able to remove them and flush them out a lot better. Whenever you're cleaning stairs or you're cleaning the upstairs, you want to use a stair hook. Sometimes you need to use more than just one. You attach it firmly to the vacuum hose and the solution hose, and then just put it on the railing. This will keep it from sliding down the stairs and pulling and putting pressure on you while you're trying to extract. Now here's exactly how you want to clean stairs. This is a really professional technique. You go up into the edge, keeping your extraction down the entire time to the edge of the stairs. Look at it. I'm actually cleaning the edge with the extraction, so it's going to turn out a lot better. Then you want to scrub the edge, holding the extraction down the entire time. Your next step is to clean the face. Now if you can see, I have the extraction blasting the edge of the stair. Now I'm going to go back with strong dry strokes and remove the moisture and the pollutants. Strong dry strokes, and then I'm going to fall over the edge with my extraction, removing all those pollutants. If you get a certain stain, you can blast it, and then you can also pre-treat it with any of your spotters to remove it. Let's see it one more time. So you're going to hold down the extraction on the top of the stairs and go the speed that you need to go to remove the pollutants, depending on light, medium, or heavy soiling. Now I have the extraction down and I'm blasting those edges. And I'm going to hit the face, and I'm coming up high enough that my extraction is hitting the edge again. Now we're going to go back and extract it, and make sure you're using strong extraction strokes to remove those pollutants and the moisture. You don't want to leave your carpets too wet. It's that simple. You just do that on all the stairs. Okay, after you pre-vacuum your hallway, then you're going to want to pre-spray it. And when you pre-spray your hallway, you really want to pay attention, because this is a high traffic area. So if you see a really damaged area, you can hit it with your pre-spray pretty heavily. Now once you've pre-sprayed, you want to be sure in the hallway, especially any high traffic areas, that you agitate that chemistry. Whenever you're cleaning rooms, you want to make sure that you're pre-spraying each room or the hallway as you're doing it. You don't want to pre-spray the entire house, because by the time you get to that last room or the third room, you've actually lost all of that chemistry, so it's a waste of money. So you want to pre-spray, agitate, let a little dwell time happen, and then hot water extract, and the carpet's going to turn out phenomenal. So now I'm going to hot water extract this. Now when you're extracting the hallway, I know the machine is really loud, but when you're extracting the hallway, you want to take nice, slow strokes and really rinse out those pollutants, because the hallways and your high traffic areas just get hammered. If you don't take your time and remove these pollutants and flush them out properly, you're really not doing a very good job for your customer. So sometimes you're going to have to take more than one stroke. Just use common sense and how much you need to extract. Then come back with your dry strokes and remove those pollutants. Now in the hallways, you want to explain to the customer that the fibers get damaged from the abuse of walking on it so much, and if they're not removing that soil on a regular basis by vacuuming and getting their carpets hot water extracted every 6 to 12 months, their hallways are going to show a high traffic area that's going to seem a little bit darker. When it comes to high traffic areas and your hallways, your stairs, you want to explain to the customers that your fibers reflect light. And if they're not vacuuming on a regular basis, soil is like sandpaper, and it's going to end up scratching that fiber so that it doesn't reflect the light properly, so it's going to show a dingy high traffic area. Make sure you explain this to your customer up front, because otherwise when you get done with the job and if you try to explain it to them later, they're going to look at it as an excuse. If they're aware of it up front, then they're going to have realistic expectations. So explain to them you're going to do everything you can in your high traffic areas to remove the soils and make it look better and give it an improvement on appearance. But there is a possibility that the fibers are so scratched and damaged that it's not going to make much of a difference at all. Every job's different out there, and if you explain that to the customer, they're going to understand. And so when you get done with the job, you can say, do you remember when I was explaining to you about the fibers, how they can get scratched? The customer will be like, oh yeah, oh yeah. So that's how you do your hallways. This is a really easy upsell. You can recommend to the customer that you can hot water extract their mattress or power vac their mattress. And if you want to know what I charge, remember, you're going to have to get my invoice. This is really simple to do, but it's really going to increase the health of your customer, because you get a lot of dust mites collected in the mattress, and they collect over years and years. So you can either power vac it, which doesn't have any moisture, or you can hot water extract it. But this case here, I'm going to power vac it. And it's simple. You just take your stair tool and you just vacuum the mattress. And make sure you have firm contact, because you really want to give your customer their money's worth. Once you've actually vacuumed the entire top, then what you do is you vacuum the side, you flip the mattress over, and you vacuum that side, and the customer just got a free mattress flip. When you're spraying carpet protector and sometimes your machine gets clogged, you want to check the filter at the end of the suction tube that's inside your container. I wasn't getting much spray, so I pulled out my tube and there was my screen just coated with carpet protector. So you want to clean off that screen and get all that carpet protector off so that you can get air flowing through there, and it's going to spray nice and evenly so you can apply that carpet protector properly. Now this is a great tip. You want to flush out your multi-sprayer once a week, and it's going to run better for you. So make sure that you have an empty container. If you need to pour out all of the carpet protector, get rid of that in a proper area, and then fill it up with straight water, or you can have a jug that is just for water for flushing out your sprayer at your shop. But if you're at a job site, you can do it with the sprayer that you have on the machine. What I'm doing right now is I got some of that lube that we use on the quick disconnect, and I'm putting it on the hose and this little rubber piece right here. That way the tube will slide in and out there a lot easier. So I'm really hooking you up. This is a great tip, because you're going to be using this quite a bit and you want to keep it easy. Make sure that you're working smart, not hard. The only thing we got going through is straight water right now. So I'm just flushing out the entire system, and then I'm going to fill it up with the carpet protector, and I like to use 4-guard. And to learn the proper mixing, you're going to want to get the secret recipes and how to properly mix and dilute chemicals. The next step is we're going to reapply the carpet protector. Now when manufacturers make the carpet, they apply a carpet protector there, but the customer is going to lose 30% by the second year. So if it's older than that, 5-6 years, their percentage of carpet protector is at a minimum, and it should be reapplied. Now this is a negative and positive charge that's going to fill in the gaps where the protection is needed. So I would highly recommend to the customer that they reapply the carpet protector, and this is an easy add-on for you. There's lots of marketing out there that helps you with this add-on, so the customer's already aware of the carpet protector. I like to use PROCHEM 4-guard, and when you apply this carpet protector, it's for performance and to help resist soiling. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So let's go ahead and reapply the carpet protector. I like to use a machine that puts it out at 40 psi. You turn it on, and you want to move pretty quickly with this because it sprays out so fast. Sometimes you'll apply this and the customer doesn't even realize you did it because it doesn't take very long to do. Don't get this on any furniture or any walls. Be very careful with it. If you need to control it in a certain area, you can get it closer to the carpet. The higher up you go, the less control that you have. So you want to apply this evenly on the carpet, and then when you get done, you're going to rake it to the bottom of the fibers. So I'll be right back. After I get done applying this, I'll show you how to rake it. Now here's the easiest way to sell carpet protector to your customer. You explain to the customer that you're a professional. Most of your carpet cleaners out there don't even know how to apply the carpet protector properly. They spray it on the top of the carpet and then they have surface protection. Well, you need to apply the right amount on the carpet, and then you need to choose a carpet rake, and I like to use the hard bristle one for a frisee. If you have a plush carpet, you're going to use your plush rake. And what it does is it moves all the carpet protector to the bottom of the fiber so you have full protection. That's the proper way to apply carpet protector. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rake this entire room and move that carpet protector to the bottom of the fibers. Then we're going to put the furniture back, foam block it, foil tab it, and then we'll do a final groom in the areas where I caused traffic marks, and then we'll be done. Once you get your furniture back in place using your furniture sliders, then you want to foam block the wood legs of any furniture that needs to be foam blocked. Keep in mind, these cost more than foil tabs, so use the foam blocks where you need to put foam blocks, and then use the foil tabs as often as possible. Now the reason that you want to use your foil tabs and your foam blocks, especially on wood legs and metal legs, is because you can leave a wood stain that could end up being permanent or a rust stain. You don't want to cause secondary damage because the carpet is still moist, and you don't want to damage their furniture either. This is a really professional way to end up leaving a good taste in your customer's mouth. Now we're almost finished with this room. Your final step before your walkthrough with the customer is to do your final groom. You could just leave it and have all these track marks on the carpet, but anybody can do that. You're better. You're a real professional. So what you're going to do is you're going to do your final groom. Now look at the carpet now with all these track marks. It's clean, but it doesn't look that professional. Now watch this. When I do my final groom, since now I've gotten, here's a little piece of something, you don't want to leave that behind. I think that's from a plant. This gives you the opportunity to inspect your carpet as well, so if there's any other areas that you need to hit, you can hit them while you're here. But look at this. When you rake it out, it turns out looking fantastic. And it's going to leave a really good taste in the customer's mouth that you cared enough to go the extra mile. So don't ever leave a job without doing your final groom. That's the ABCs of carpet cleaning. Now I have a lot of work to still do, and this video would be like 5 to 6 hours long. So I hope I gave you enough information so that you can go out there and do a fantastic job for your clients. So let's recap. When you get started in the morning, make sure that you have everything you need when you get to the job. Then make a really good first impression with your customer. Do a walkthrough and make sure that you're doing more listening than you are talking. Find out what their concerns are and label all the stains on a foil tab. Then pre-vacuum, move the furniture, pre-spray, pre-spot, agitate the fibers, and then hot water extract at 230 degrees. And then when you get done doing that, make sure that you drop a blower in each of the rooms to help with the drying process. Then come back and apply the carpet protector, rake it into the fibers, and then when you get done, put all the furniture back, foam block it, foil tab it, and then do a final groom, and most importantly, do a walkthrough with your customer. You want to make sure they're 100% satisfied before you pack everything up, because it's a lot easier to hit another spot or hit a stain that you forgot while you're there so you don't get a callback. You want to eliminate callbacks at all costs. Then when you get done and the customer's 100% satisfied, then make sure you give them some business cards so they can hand them to family and friends. Don't just give them a stack, ask them how many they would like, and tell them that you work off of word-of-mouth advertising. So if they would hand them out to their family and friends, their co-workers at the office, that you would be more than happy to give them the same quality work that you just did for them. And they're going to go out there and they're going to market for you. Another thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get my entire series. I show you how to do bonded inserts. I show you how to do restretching. I show you how to do specialty stains. I show you how to do pet damage. I show you how to do upholstery cleaning. These are DVDs that are crucial to the success of your business. When you get done watching these videos, you're going to be the most incredible carpet cleaner anyone has ever had the opportunity of having in their home. Remember, winners never quit, quitters never win. Now go out there and make me proud.